Habits rule you. Understand your habits. Why we do what we do. Introduction. Hello everyone, I am thrilled you've picked up Habits Rule You. For years I've been sharing ideas about personal growth. I've seen firsthand how small changes can lead to big transformations. This isn't just another self-help book filled with empty promises. This book is about something very real, very powerful, and very personal: your habits. Think about it. How much of your day is actually decided by conscious thought? Probably less than you think. From the moment you wake up and reach for your phone, is that your habit? To the way you drive to work, to what you eat for lunch, most of our actions are governed by habits. These routines, ingrained over time, shape our lives more than we realize. They define our success, our health, our relationships, and our overall well-being. But here's the good news. Habits aren't set in stone. They are learned. And what is learned can be unlearned and relearned. This book is your guide to understanding how habits work. We'll explore the science behind them, uncovering the mechanisms that drive our behaviors. More importantly, we'll equip you with practical tools and strategies to take control of your habits, replacing the ones that hold you back with those that propel you forward. Habits Rule You isn't about willpower or drastic overnight changes. It's about understanding the subtle cues and rewards that drive your behavior. It's about making small, intentional shifts that compound over time, creating a ripple effect of positive change in your life. Inside these pages, you'll discover the science of habit formation. Learn how habits are formed and why they are so powerful. Identifying your keystone habits. Pinpoint the habits that have the biggest impact on your life. Breaking bad habits. Discover proven strategies to overcome undesirable behaviors. Building good habits. Create new routines that align with your goals and values. The power of habit loops. Understand the cue routine reward cycle and how to manipulate it. Real-life examples. Learn from the success stories of others who have transformed their lives through the power of habit. This book is for anyone who wants to live a more intentional, fulfilling life. Whether you're looking to improve your health, boost your productivity, strengthen your relationships, or achieve your dreams, Habits Rule You will provide you with the knowledge and tools you need to succeed. Get ready to unlock the secrets of your habits and take control of your destiny. Let's embark on this journey of self-discovery and transformation together. Alright champions, get ready for a ride. Buckle up, because we're about to embark on an epic journey down the habit highway. This isn't just another book. It's your personal roadmap to a more awesome life. Forget about overnight transformations and miracle cures. We're talking about real, lasting change that starts with understanding the hidden force driving everything you do: habits. Think about it. What did you do the moment you woke up this morning? Maybe you automatically reached for your phone, stumbled to the bathroom, or headed straight to the kitchen for coffee. Did you consciously decide to do all these things, or did they just happen? That, my friends, is the power of habits in action. They're the autopilot setting for your brain. Imagine having to consciously decide every single time to brush your teeth. You'd have to remember the toothpaste, the toothbrush, the technique. Exhausted yet? Thankfully, your brain is much smarter than that. It turns repeated actions into habits to save energy for the big stuff. Let's take another example: making coffee. For John, it's a sacred morning ritual. The alarm goes off, he shuffles to the kitchen, grinds the beans, fills the pot, and savors that first glorious sip. He doesn't even think about it anymore. It's a habit so ingrained, it's practically part of his DNA. Now, if John had to consciously figure out every step each morning, he'd be late for work every day. Habits aren't just quirks, they are the fundamental building blocks of our day. They dictate how we work, how we interact with others, and even how we feel. And the best part, you have the power to control them. This journey will show you how to identify, understand, and ultimately design your habits to create a life you truly love. Get ready to take the wheel and steer your life down the habit highway. Chapter 2: The Habit Loop: Unlocking the Secret Code to Your Actions. Alright champions. Let's dive into the engine that drives almost everything you do without you even realizing it: the habit loop. Think of it as the secret code to understanding your actions, the key to unlocking your potential. The habit loop is a simple, three-part neurological loop that governs any habit. Ready for it? It's cue, routine, and reward. Think of it like this. Cue equals trigger, routine equals action, reward equals satisfaction. The cue, this is the trigger, the signal that tells your brain to go into automatic mode and which habit to use. It could be anything. A time of day, a location, an emotion, another person, or even a preceding action. The routine, this is the behavior itself, physical, mental, or emotional. It is the action you take in order to satisfy your goal. The reward, this is the payoff, the thing your brain likes that reinforces the habit. It could be a feeling of pleasure, a reduction of stress, a sense of accomplishment, or even just something tasty. Let's break it down with a super relatable example: craving salty chips while watching TV. Cue, you settle down on the couch in front of the television after a long day. The location, couch, and the activity, watching TV, act as cues. Routine, you automatically grab a bag of chips and start mindlessly munching. This is the action you repeatedly take when you receive a specific cue. Reward, the salty, crunchy taste of the chips gives you a little burst of pleasure. This reward reinforces the habit, making you more likely to repeat the cycle the next time you're on the couch watching TV. See how that works? Cue triggers the routine provides a reward, and the reward reinforces the cue-routine connection. Over time, this loop becomes automatic. You do it without even thinking. This is why habits can feel so ingrained, so hard to break. But here's the amazing part. Understanding this loop gives you the power to change it. By identifying the cue, routine, and reward in your habits, you can begin to consciously rewrite them. This is your superpower, guys. Use it. Chapter 3: Identifying Your Invisible Habits, Becoming a Habit Detective. Hey there, champion. Are you ready to become a habit detective? Because that's exactly what we're going to do. See, most of our lives run on autopilot. We go through the day doing things without even thinking about them. These are our invisible habits. Some are awesome, like brushing your teeth. Others, not so much, like mindlessly scrolling through social media for hours. The first step to changing anything is knowing it's there. We need to shine a light on those sneaky automatic behaviors. So, grab your magnifying glass, metaphorically of course, and let's start investigating. Your Habit Detective Kit, Tools for Awareness. Here's what you'll need. A journal or a note-taking app, your trusty sidekick for recording your observations. A pen or your keyboard, to capture your thoughts and revelations. An open mind, be honest with yourself. No judgment, just observation. Techniques for unmasking your habits. 1. The day in the life breakdown. Take one day, any day, and write down everything you do. From the moment you wake up, to the moment you go to sleep. Be specific. What did you eat? Where did you go? Who did you talk to? What were you thinking? Don't analyze it yet, just document. 2. The trigger tracker. Look back at your day in the life and start circling things. What seems automatic? These are potential habits. Now for each of those, ask yourself, why? What prompted me to do that? That why is your cue. For example, habit, grabbing a cookie from the jar. Cue, walking into the kitchen after dinner. Habit, checking your phone every few minutes. Cue, feeling bored at work. Write these down in a table. Habit trigger. Pipe, pipe, pipe. Pipe, pipe, pipe. Example. Mark started noticing he always grabbed a soda when he got to his desk in the morning. His trigger. Simply arriving at his desk. 3. The emotion connection. Pay attention to your feelings. Emotions are powerful cues. Do you reach for food when you're stressed? Do you procrastinate when you feel overwhelmed? Connecting your habits to your emotions is huge. 4. Ask a friend. The outside perspective. Sometimes we're blind to our own habits. Ask a trusted friend or family member for their observations. Hey, have you noticed anything I do regularly, even without thinking about it? Be ready for some surprises. 5. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings, especially when you are about to perform an action. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? 6. Set alarms. Set random alarms throughout the day to pause and reflect on what you're doing, thinking and feeling. Turning awareness into action. Now that you've identified some of your invisible habits, it's time to ask yourself, is this habit serving me? Is it helping me reach my goals and live the life I want? If not, what can I do differently? Don't try to change everything at once. Start small. Focus on 1 or 2 habits that you want to transform. Remember, becoming a habit detective is an ongoing process. The more you practice, the better you'll get at spotting those sneaky automatic behaviors. And the more aware you are, the more power you have to shape your life into the amazing masterpiece it's meant to be. Go get 'em, habit detective. Your life is waiting to be unlocked. Alright, future habit masters, get ready to unlock another secret weapon in your personal growth arsenal. We're diving headfirst into Chapter 4, The Power of Cues, Setting the Stage for Success. Listen, your environment is talking to you, constantly. It's whispering or sometimes shouting instructions that trigger your habits, good and bad. Think of cues as the starting gun for your automatic behaviors. They're the signals that tell your brain, hey, it's time to do this thing. So what does this mean for you? It means you have the power to design your environment to encourage the habits you want and discourage the ones you don't. This isn't about complicated strategies. It's about being smart and intentional. Let's look at some examples. Want to exercise more? Stop relying on motivation that flickers like a faulty light bulb. Instead, lay out your workout clothes the night before. Boom! Instant cue. When you see those leggings and your favorite t-shirt, your brain is already halfway to the gym. The visual cue is acting like a positive nudge. Struggling with snacking? Okay, be honest. How much junk food do you have visible in your workspace? If chips and cookies are staring you down all day, you're setting yourself up for failure. Move that candy jar far, far away. Out of sight, out of mind. It's a basic principle but incredibly effective. Replace it with a bowl of fruit or a water bottle. Now the cue is healthy and helpful, and you're one step closer to your goals. Think about where and when your unwanted habits tend to pop up. Is it scrolling endlessly on your phone in bed? The bedroom then becomes a cue for distraction. Charge your phone in another room. Break the association. Is it buying fast food on your way home from work? Change your route. Interrupt the predictable pattern. Designing your environment doesn't have to be drastic. It's about making small, thoughtful adjustments that steer you in the right direction. What cues can you add to promote positive behaviors? What cues can you remove to eliminate negative ones? Start small. Pick one habit you want to build or break, and identify the cues associated with it. Then, get creative. You have the power to master those cues and set the stage for your own success. Go get 'em. Alright champions, listen up. You're on the road to becoming habit masters, and right now, we're hitting a critical pit stop, rewarding yourself right. The key to habit formation. Think of rewards as the fuel that powers your habit engine. You can have the slickest car, your goal, and a clear roadmap, your cue, but without the right fuel, you're going nowhere. Rewards tell your brain, hey, this action is worth repeating. Dopamine rush, activate. That's how habits get ingrained. But here's the kicker. Not all rewards are created equal. A reward that works for your neighbor John might leave you feeling flat. You've got to tap into your unique motivational code. So how do you do it? First, understand what truly motivates you. Is it the feeling of accomplishment? Is it the social connection? Is it pure relaxation? Is it a tangible treat? Dig deep. Let's look at some examples. Imagine you're trying to establish a daily exercise habit. Ineffective reward. You're working out to improve your overall health and energy, but your reward is a nightly ice cream binge. Sure, it might feel good in the moment, but it sabotages your goal. Talk about mixed messages to your brain. Effective reward. After your workout, you treat yourself to a delicious smoothie packed with protein and nutrients. You're reinforcing the healthy behavior with something that aligns with your overall objectives. Another example. Learning a new language. Ineffective reward. You study for an hour, then scroll aimlessly through social media for 3 hours. The instant gratification of social media overwhelms any feeling of accomplishment that helps you improve. Effective reward. After each lesson, you watch a short video in your target language. You're reinforcing your learning with the joy of understanding, linking the effort to the skill. The key is to experiment. Try different rewards and see what makes you excited to repeat the behavior. Don't be afraid to tweak and adjust. Maybe your reward needs to evolve as your habit becomes more established. Remember folks, you're in the driver's seat. Choose your rewards wisely, fuel your habit engine, and watch yourself zoom toward success. This is your life. Make it awesome. Alright champion, let's talk about something that will explode possibilities in your life. We're diving into Chapter 6, Keystone Habits, the game changers that transform everything. Think of your life as a giant set of dominoes, all lined up, representing your daily activities, your routines, your struggles, and your successes. Now imagine one domino, just one, that when you knock it over, it starts a chain reaction, toppling everything else in a positive direction. That, my friend, is a keystone habit. Keystone habits aren't just any habit. They're the linchpins, the pivotal actions that unlock progress in seemingly unrelated areas. They create a culture of success, making it easier to adopt other good habits and shed the bad ones. So, what does a keystone habit look like? Let's get real. One of the most potent keystone habits out there is exercise. I know, you might be groaning, saying you hate the gym. But hear me out. It's not just about getting ripped. It's about what exercise does. When you commit to even 30 minutes of physical activity a few times a week, something amazing happens. Your energy levels skyrocket. You start paying more attention to what you eat. Your sleep improves. You become more productive at work because you're less stressed and more focused. See the ripple effect? Another killer keystone habit is meditation, or mindfulness. Taking even just 5 to 10 minutes each day to quiet your mind, focus on your breath and be present can dramatically reduce stress, increase self-awareness, and improve your decision-making. Suddenly, you're reacting to those stressful situations with a calm, cool mind, instead of going to default bad habit. Another example, meal planning. Spending an hour on the weekend to plan your meals for the week. Suddenly, you're eating healthier, saving money, and reducing food waste. It frees up mental space and makes healthy eating almost effortless. So how do you incorporate these powerhouses into your life? Start small. Don't try to become a marathon runner overnight. Commit to a 10-minute walk. Don't try to meditate for an hour. Start with 5 minutes using a guided meditation app. Start with planning 3 meals, not 7. The key is consistency. Find a keystone habit that resonates with you that you believe can make a difference. And then, just do it, even when you don't feel like it. Because the magic of keystone habits isn't just in the habit itself, it's in the momentum it creates. It's the spark that ignites a wildfire of positive change. You've got this. Go find your keystone, knock it over, and watch your life transform. Alright champions, let's dive into Chapter 7, Rewriting Your Bad Habits, the Gentle Art of Substitution. Listen up, because this is where the real magic happens. We've pinpointed those pesky habits that aren't serving you, right? Now, instead of just trying to stop, which, let's be honest, feels like battling a tidal wave with a spoon, we're going to outsmart them. We're going to substitute. Think of it like this. You're not deleting the software, you're just upgrading to a better version. Why substitution? Because your brain loves patterns. It craves that cue, routine, reward cycle. If you simply block the routine, your brain will throw a tantrum. It will get frustrated, and eventually, you'll give in. Substitution gives your brain its fix, but in a way that benefits you. Step 1. Deep dive into your bad habit. Remember the habit loop? Cue, routine, reward. Let's say John always reaches for candy when he feels stressed at work. Cue, stress. Routine, eating candy. Reward, temporary feeling of calm. Step 2. Identify the real reward. What are you really getting from the bad habit? Is it comfort, distraction, release? John isn't just craving sugar. He's craving stress relief. Step 3. Brainstorm healthier substitutions. This is where you get creative. What else could give John that stress relief? Maybe a quick walk around the office, deep breathing exercises, listening to a favorite song, or even chatting with a supportive colleague. Step 4. Experiment and find what works. John tries the walking. Turns out getting away from his desk for 5 minutes and some fresh air makes a huge difference. The cue, stress at work, now triggers a new routine, a walk, and the reward is still stress relief, but without the sugar crash. Awesome. The key is to keep the cue and the reward similar, while swapping out the routine. Want to stop biting your nails? Cue, boredom. Routine, nail biting. Reward: unconscious focus/distraction. Try squeezing a stress ball, playing with a fidget spinner, or even applying lotion to your hands. Don't beat yourself up if it doesn't work perfectly at first. Habits are powerful. Just keep experimenting, keep tweaking, and remember that every small improvement is a victory. You've got this. Now go out there and rewrite those bad habits into something amazing. Alright, champions, grab your helmets because we're diving headfirst into debunking a myth that's been holding you back for far too long. The willpower myth. Chapter 8. The willpower myth. Building habits instead of relying on force. Listen, I hear it all the time. Just use your willpower. Just push harder. Sounds good in a movie, right? But real life isn't a montage. Relying solely on willpower is like trying to drive across the country on fumes. You might make it a few miles, but you'll sputter out eventually. The truth is, willpower is a limited resource. Think of it like a battery. Every decision you make, every temptation you resist, drains that battery just a little bit. By the end of the day, you're running on empty, and that's when the bad decisions creep in. Sound familiar? So, what's the solution? Habits. Habits are like autopilot for your brain. They bypass the need for willpower altogether. When you have a strong habit, your brain switches to cruise control. You just do it, without even thinking. Let's say John wants to start going to the gym every morning. His willpower is strong at first. He forces himself to get up early, drag himself to the gym, and push through his workout. But after a week, the alarm clock becomes his enemy, the couch looks way more appealing, and his willpower starts to waver. Now, let's imagine John built a habit instead. He prepares his gym clothes the night before, sets a specific gym time, and rewards himself with a delicious smoothie afterward. Slowly, going to the gym becomes automatic, a natural part of his morning routine. He doesn't need to force himself anymore, he just goes. That's the power of habit. Here's the key. Build habits, not reliance on sheer force. Automate the good stuff, so you don't have to constantly battle your own impulses. But what about those times when you do need willpower? It's inevitable. Here are a few strategies for conserving and replenishing your willpower reserves. Sleep. Seriously, get enough sleep. A well-rested brain has far more willpower to spare. Eat healthy foods. Fuel your body with nutritious foods that provide sustained energy. Avoid sugary crashes that drain your willpower. Manage stress. Stress is a willpower killer. Find healthy ways to de-stress, like exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature. Start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Focus on building 1 or 2 key habits at a time. Plan ahead. Anticipate potential obstacles, and create a plan to overcome them. This will help you avoid relying on willpower in the moment. Remember, you don't have to be a superhuman to achieve your goals. You just need to understand the power of habits and how they can free you from the tyranny of willpower. Build smart habits, conserve your willpower, and watch yourself soar. You got this. Alright, champions, buckle up. We're diving deep into the heart of what makes life truly rich. Our relationships. And guess what? These bonds are just as influenced by our habits as anything else. In this chapter, we're going to explore how to build rock-solid connections through the power of positive habits. Think about it. Relationships aren't built on grand gestures alone. It's the everyday, seemingly small things that truly matter. It's the consistent habits we cultivate that determine whether our connections thrive or wither. Let's start with some relationship-boosting habits. Genuine listening is a huge one. How often do we actually hear what someone is saying versus just waiting for our turn to talk? Make it a habit to truly focus, make eye contact, and ask clarifying questions. Imagine a man. Let's call him Alex. Alex used to just nod while his wife talked about her day. He thought he was being supportive, but she felt unheard. He started making it a habit to put his phone away and really listen, asking about specific things she mentioned. The difference was night and day. She felt valued and understood, and their connection deepened. Another power habit? Empathy. It's not just understanding someone's feelings, but feeling them a little yourself. Practice putting yourself in their shoes. This could be as simple as acknowledging their frustration when they're stuck in traffic, or celebrating their small victories with genuine enthusiasm. And then comes support. This means consistently showing up for the people you care about. Offer a helping hand, a listening ear, or simply your presence during tough times. It could be a daily habit, such as remembering to ask your friend how their job interview went, or offering to babysit for your neighbor. Now let's flip the coin. What about bad habits that erode relationships? Criticism is a big one. Constant complaining or nitpicking creates a toxic environment. Neglecting communication is equally damaging. If you avoid talking about important issues or sharing your feelings, the relationship stagnates. And defensiveness? That's a wall that blocks any chance of understanding. Think about Jake. Jake had a habit of always interrupting his friends. Because he was so excited, he never let them finish a sentence. His relationship with his friends went sour quickly, because they did not feel heard. The great news is that you can change these habits. Start by identifying the ones that are holding you back. Once you're aware of them, you can create new, healthier habits to replace them. It takes mindful effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. So, get out there and start building those connection-boosting habits today. Your relationships and your life will be richer for it. Remember, it's the little things, done consistently, that make all the difference. You've got this. Alright, champions, get ready to supercharge your workday. We're diving into Chapter 10, Habits at Work, Boosting Productivity and Collaboration. This isn't about clocking in and clocking out. This is about crafting powerful habits that make you a rock star at your job and a fantastic teammate. Think about it. You spend a huge chunk of your life at work. Why not make it awesome? Why not make it efficient? The secret, my friends, lies in the habits you cultivate. First up, focus, focus, focus. How many times do you get sidetracked by emails pinging, notifications popping, or coworkers stopping by? We need to build focus habits. Try the Pomodoro technique. Work in focused 25-minute bursts, followed by a 5-minute break. That short break recharges your brain, making you more productive in the long run. Make it a habit to shut off unnecessary notifications during those 25-minute sprints. Set a timer. Next, mastering your to-do list. Don't let your to-do list become a monster. Break down big tasks into smaller, manageable steps. It's less overwhelming, and each completed step provides a rewarding boost of motivation. At the end of each day, schedule your top 3 priorities for the next day. This gives you a head start and prevents you from wasting precious morning energy deciding what to do. Now let's talk about teamwork. Collaboration isn't just something that happens. It's built on habits. Make it a habit to actively listen when your colleagues speak. Summarize their points to show you understand. Offer help before being asked. These small acts of kindness and attentive listening foster a positive and collaborative environment. Let's say John wants to improve team meetings. He makes it a habit to start each meeting with a clear agenda and stick to it. He also makes it a habit to actively solicit feedback from everyone in the room, ensuring everyone's voice is heard. The cue is the start of the meeting, the routine is the structured agenda and active feedback solicitation, and the reward is more productive meetings and a stronger team dynamic. Finally, the power of rituals. Create small, consistent rituals. Maybe it's a quick organizational sweep of your desk at the end of the day. Maybe it's a 5-minute meditation before a big presentation. These rituals signal to your brain that it's time to focus, time to relax, time to perform. They provide structure and control in a sometimes chaotic environment. Remember, success at work isn't just about talent. It's about consistently applying effective habits. Let's build them, let's own them, and let's create workplaces where everyone shines. You've got this. Now go make it happen. Alright, champion, buckle up. We're hitting the road on the habit highway, and our next stop is all about finding peace and power in routine. Chapter 11. The Power of Routine, Creating Structure and Reducing Stress. Listen, life can feel like a roller coaster, right? Ups, downs, terrifying loop-de-loops. It's exhausting, but what if you could build a solid foundation underneath all that chaos? That's where routine comes in. Think of routine as your personal anchor. It's that steady force that keeps you grounded, even when the waves are crashing all around you. It's predictable, it's reliable, and it's powerful. Why? Because routine eliminates decision fatigue. How many times have you stood in front of your closet, staring blankly, wondering what to wear? Or agonized over what to eat for dinner, only to order takeout again? Those small decisions drain your energy. Routine automates those choices, freeing up your mental bandwidth for the things that really matter. Those big dreams, that creative project, those meaningful connections. Imagine this. your morning. Instead of hitting snooze 5 times and then scrambling around in a panic, you wake up at the same time, do some stretching, drink a glass of water, and read a few pages of a book. Same actions, same order, every single day. Suddenly, your morning isn't a source of stress, but a source of strength. You're starting your day proactively, already feeling accomplished. Routines also create a sense of safety and stability, especially during times of uncertainty, and let's face it, life is full of uncertainty. Knowing that some things are predictable can be incredibly comforting. It's like having a warm blanket on a cold day. So how do you build your own routine powerhouse? Here are a few tips. Start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Pick one area, maybe your morning, your evening, or your work routine, and focus on building a few simple habits there. Be realistic. Don't create a routine that's impossible to maintain. If you're not a morning person, don't try to force yourself to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Build around your natural rhythms. Tie it to existing habits. This is called habit stacking. For example, if you already brush your teeth every morning, add flossing right after. Be flexible. Life happens. Don't beat yourself up if you miss a day. Just get back on track the next day. Experiment and adjust. Routines aren't set in stone. If something isn't working, tweak it. Your routine should serve you, not the other way around. Remember, you're not building routines to trap yourself. You're building them to free yourself, to create more space, more energy, and more peace in your life. So go out there and design a routine that works for you. I believe in you. Now go make it happen. Chapter 12. Tiny Habits, Big Impact, the Power of Incremental Change. Alright champions, let's talk about something powerful, the magic of starting small. We often think we need huge, dramatic changes to see real results, right? We envision epic gym sessions, hours of meditation, or overnight career transformations. But honestly, that's where most of us stumble. We get overwhelmed, burn out, and go right back to square one. But what if I told you the secret to lasting change wasn't about giant leaps, but about tiny steps? Think of it like this. You're not trying to build a skyscraper in a day. You're laying one brick at a time. Consistent, manageable, and almost ridiculously small bricks. That's the power of incremental change. Tiny habits, big impact. Let's say John wants to get in shape. The traditional approach? He signs up for a hardcore boot camp, promising himself he'll go every single day. He lasts for a week, feels exhausted, his muscles ache, and he quickly quits. Sound familiar? Now let's say John instead decides on one push-up a day. Just one, it takes 5 seconds. It's almost too easy, right? But here's the genius. It's so small, there's practically zero resistance. He does one push-up after brushing his teeth every morning. Then, after a week, he increases it to 2, then 3. Slowly, effortlessly he's building a habit. The beauty of tiny habits is that they circumvent our natural resistance to change. They're so easy to achieve you barely notice them. But over time they compound. That one push-up turns into 5, then 10. Then maybe John even enjoys it. He starts walking during his lunch break, inspired by his success. Before he knows it, John is living a healthier lifestyle, all because of one push-up. This works for anything: writing, learning a new language, even tidying up. Want to write a book? Don't aim for 1,000 words a day. Aim for writing just one sentence. Want to learn Spanish? Commit to learning one new word daily. Want to clean a house? Make it a habit to wash one dish every time you enter the kitchen. It sounds too simple to be effective, doesn't it? But trust me, the magic is in the consistency. That small everyday action wires the habit into your brain. And success breeds success. Those tiny wins fuel your motivation and make you want to do more. So what's your one push-up? What's the smallest, easiest, most ridiculous action you can take today toward the life you want? Don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect motivation, or the perfect plan. Just start small. Seriously small. I challenge you right now to identify that one tiny habit and commit to doing it today. Then do it tomorrow. And the day after. And the day after. Watch how those tiny steps transform your life in ways you never imagined. You've got this. Go get it. Chapter 13. Overcoming Obstacles, Navigating Challenges and Setbacks. Alright champions, so you're building amazing habits, feeling fantastic, and then, bam! Life throws a curveball, a setback, an obstacle. Don't panic. It happens to everyone. The key isn't to avoid these bumps in the road. It's to learn how to navigate them like a pro. Listen, changing habits isn't always a smooth upward climb. There will be dips, stumbles, and moments where you feel like giving up. That's totally normal. What separates the winners from the, less successful is how they respond to those challenges. One common challenge is lack of motivation. You start strong, but after a while the initial excitement fades. The gym seems less appealing, the healthy eating feels like a chore. So what do? Reconnect with your why. Remind yourself of why you started this journey in the first place. Write it down, put it on your mirror. When motivation dips, your why will pull you through. Another big obstacle is time constraints. Suddenly, work gets crazy, family needs your attention, and your carefully planned routine goes out the window. The solution? Flexibility. Don't abandon your habit entirely. Adapt it. Can't do a full workout? Do a quick 15-minute burst. Healthy meal prep impossible? Opt for a healthy takeout choice. Perfectionism is another sneaky saboteur. You miss a day, feel like you've failed, and throw in the towel. No, one missed day doesn't erase all your progress. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and get right back on track the next day. Remember, progress, not perfection. And let's not forget emotional triggers. Stress, boredom, sadness. These can all trigger old, unhealthy habits. The key is to identify your triggers and have a plan in place. Feeling stressed? Instead of reaching for that sugary snack, try a quick walk or meditation. Bored? Engage in a hobby you enjoy. Here are some strategies to stay motivated and overcome setbacks. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and reward yourself for every step forward, no matter how small. Find an accountability partner. Share your goals with someone who will support you and keep you on track. Visualize success. Imagine yourself achieving your goals. This can boost your motivation and confidence. Learn from your mistakes. Don't beat yourself up over setbacks. Analyze what went wrong and adjust your approach. Be patient and persistent. Changing habits takes time and effort. Don't give up if you don't see results immediately. Think of a time you learned to ride a bike. You probably fell a few times, scraped your knees, maybe even cried. But you didn't give up, did you? You got back on, adjusted your technique, and eventually, you were cruising. The same principle applies to habit change. Obstacles are inevitable, but they don't have to define your journey. Embrace them as opportunities for growth, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. You've got this. Now go out there and conquer those challenges. You are stronger than you think. Chapter 14. The Habit Mindset. Cultivating a Growth-Oriented Approach. Alright, champions, you've learned how habits work, how to build them, and even how to break the ones that aren't serving you. Now let's talk about the mindset that will fuel your long-term success. Think of it this way. Habits are tools. Powerful tools, yes, but just tools nonetheless. It's how you use those tools that truly matters. And that's where the growth mindset comes in. A growth mindset is all about believing that your abilities and intelligence aren't fixed. They can be developed through dedication and hard work. It's seeing challenges not as roadblocks but as opportunities to learn and grow. This applies directly to your habits. Instead of thinking, I'm just not a morning person, so I'll never exercise consistently, a growth mindset says, okay, waking up early is tough for me right now, but I can experiment with different techniques, find a workout I enjoy, and gradually build this habit. It's about embracing the journey, not just the destination. You will stumble, you will miss a day of your new habit. Don't beat yourself up. That's where self-compassion comes in. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a friend who's facing a challenge. Acknowledge the slip-up, learn from it, and get right back on track. Remember that continuous improvement is the name of the game, not perfection. Perfection is a myth. Focus on getting 1% better each day. Small, consistent progress adds up to huge results over time. Adopt the mindset of a scientist. Experiment with different cues, rewards, and routines. Track your progress, analyze what's working and what's not, and adjust accordingly. Always be learning, always be growing. By embracing a growth mindset, you transform your habits from rigid rules into dynamic tools for personal development. You become the architect of your own life, constantly refining and improving your blueprint for success and fulfillment. Now get out there and grow. The best version of you is waiting. Chapter 15: Your Habit Blueprint: Designing a Life of Purpose and Fulfillment. Alright champions, we've reached the final stop on the habit highway. But don't even think about getting off here without a plan. You've learnt the power of habits, how they work, and how to bend them to your will. Now it's time to use that knowledge to build the life you truly desire. This isn't just about productivity hacks or shaving off a few minutes here and there. This is about crafting a life of purpose, a life where your daily actions are aligned with your deepest values. It's about building a legacy, one habit at a time. First, let's get crystal clear on what truly matters to you. What are your core values? Is it creativity? Is it family? Is it adventure? Is it contribution? Write them down. Don't just think about them, anchor them on paper. Next, let's transform those values into tangible goals. If health is a value, what does that look like in action? Is it running a 5K? Is it cooking healthy meals 3 times a week? Be specific. Remember, vague goals get vague results. Now for the magic. Connecting your values and goals with concrete habits. Want to be more creative? Schedule 30 minutes of drawing every morning. Want to spend more time with family? Create a no-phone zone during dinner. See how that works? Your habit blueprint is a living document. It's not set in stone. Review it regularly. Are your habits still serving you? Are your values still resonating? Adjust as needed. Life changes, and your habits should adapt too. John, a teacher I worked with, felt burnt out and disconnected. His values were impact and connection. He started a habit of writing one personalized note to a student each day. Small, right? But it reignited his passion and deepened his relationships. Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. Your habit blueprint isn't about grand gestures. It's about building a foundation of positive habits that will support you in the long run. You are the architect of your life. You have the tools, you have the knowledge. Now go out there and build something amazing. I believe in you. This is your habit blueprint, your life, your legacy. Now go make it happen.